Earth the holes for something I've made. I think about some things, so I don't think about other things. Pizza, poetry, Neosporin. I eat my fried eggs out of a bowl shaped like a man's hands. The thin gold rings on his fingers are still mine. I have myself to remind me of my own love, but that's all. I tie tiny triangles of glass to string, wear it around my neck, and some say it's pretty. When my mother doesn't recognize the jewelry adorning me, hoping, she asks if it's new. And even though I am Mexican, feel deeply, and joke dark, God still owes me a drink for every time the woman I should be has died. I no longer mean it when I say please. Sometimes words belong between certain people, and neither one is you. Today, I feel like telling jokes instead of pretending to write good songs, and I'm angry with the word should. I think about words, so I don't think about moths or all the feathers left on my porch. I want to open the front door and see a clean bird waiting for me on the doormat like I'm Snow White, even if it has rusted forks for wings. I once heard that the world breaks everyone, and afterwards, many are stronger at the broken places. I wish a different, whole woman would wake up inside of me. This is my decolonialist to-do list. I create to-do lists on stolen land. I read an essay about white fragility on embezzled land. I respond to department emails on laundered land. I scramble egg whites on devoured land. I wash my bed sheets on violated land. I Google vegan recipes on stolen land. I research native dishes for Thanksgiving on plagiarized land. I'm doing my best on stolen land. I read contemporary poems on obliterated land. I pay my DMV renewal fees on kidnapped land. I drink my sweet-ass coffee on murdered land. I wear a new skirt on abstracted land. I hate my body on looted land. I brush and grind my teeth on taken land. I water my houseplants on pilfered land. I paint my nails glittery blue on ransacked land. I buy my mom a DNA test for her birthday on poached land. I have good intentions on violated land. I rent squash and strawberries on misappropriated land. I empty the recycling bin on lifted land. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing on stolen land. I wipe dust from the windowsills on eradicated land. I want to do better on abducted land. I have a bunch of poems with the same title, so I'm going to read some of them. And they're all called decolonial-ish. One. Decolonial-ish. I did not walk out of the white gaze to get here, or into poems I wanted to imagine, where I don't fight to be more than an exhibit of a wound. Inside of me is me always asking if it's okay for me to be alive. I cannot escape this net I drag the I in, a net made of new violence around my life, like a leash of breath, an ontological rope. Maybe a corridor that doesn't know I'm not real. Sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. What is peace in the presence of a wound? Perhaps I am 4 chambers in circulation, struggling over other rooms, not like puppies crawling in a basket, more like the soliloquies, the white person's game of devil's advocate. Maybe that's why I'm stuck in this body. It's wrong, because I'm not supposed to be here. And how can I be grateful for that? now I've written looking backwards again. When I was little, my mom was really pretty nice, and it's wild. It's just like, oh my God, like, you take it back. But she was, since we were little, she always taught like me and my sister to draw manicures at home, and we would use, I remember, like acrylic paint and like a toothpick, and we would always put little flowers and different stuff on our nails, and she would always say like, yeah, you like do your nails that way you don't look poor, you know? That way you don't look poor, you don't look like you've been like working in the field. I'm like, okay, you know. So it's a little bit about that. It's called A Note for Daughters. My mother taught me to appear an opportunity, to paint my nails neatly, carry both eyes in my future. My parents still are married. My mother earned us a gentle house with wind for a guest and resentment for a central fume. I sleep on the footsteps of men that forget to eat. In evenings, lemon trees gather like a happy hour. My mother and I can drink next to, but never amidst. My hands are busted clocks, keeping time with a man's shadow. This articulation is essentially a manicure I perfected. And so I warn daughters, leave them. Leave them. Even as they walk out the door. When I was 7, my mother taught me to cover with pink my nails. And this was the last time, without pity, we touched. Also, I don't know if anybody else feels this way. I feel like it's a joke to some people, to me it's really not. But like McDonald's is really central, unfortunately, to like my childhood, my family, like, you know, like when you're just feeling white, you go to McDonald's, you know. When you're little, like you're feeling very like assimilated and you did a good job at school, you can go to McDonald's. Yeah, like Happy Meals, like whoa, like I made it.
When you feel like you got that McDonald's money.
Yeah. Okay, now we got the app. Same. But and you know, I remember Sundays we'd always, and I don't know why this happened, but we would always get the 29-cent hamburgers.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And put the cheese, our own cheese when we got home.
Hell yeah.
And then on Wednesdays we would get the 39-cent cheeseburgers, and it was, you could only get 20. They put a cap on it. It was 20. But there's 5 of us, and that's what we had for dinner like often. When like things were going well. So this poem's called Eating McDonald's. I want to write a poem that admits it had to put its pants on to write this. It had to get sober to say this. It had to eat a Big Mac next to a nightingale, speaking over a sea to contemplate how a human spirit awakens in the womb. It reluctantly cleaned the kitchen and brushed its teeth 3 times before opening its mouth. This poem is dressed, functioning in its friendships, its profession, its yoga practice. This poem is ashamed, but wants more. I want an art that doesn't binge, or cycle blame to the dead to find hunger. I want to drive to McDonald's gently, already pleased. Remember to use the app and my points. When we were kids, my parents took this poem to McDonald's when they were tired, or maybe proud. I don't think I know. We went home and put our own cheese in the burgers and felt this poem separately in our tight, temporary rooms.